universe. The universe. Fell in love with the universe. Tapped in with the universe. Had to do it with myself first.
I think what makes y'all a lot different from other conventions is how y'all interact with the people. You know, with the Facebook groups and the Instagram and keeping everybody in touch and being so easily accessible. Yeah. I think that's what makes it a little bit better. So what did you guys, when you started, like, man, I want to make sure that I'm able to get in contact with anybody who pretty much needs to get in contact with you as transparent as possible?
Yeah, I think that's important because we've been on the consumer side of conventions. And it's so frustrating when you have a question or you need something and you send an email. Trying all these ways to reach out and you can't get a response. And it's like that anywhere. Like if you're going to a business and you're wanting to buy something or you have questions and you just can't get a response from the company, it kind of makes you lose your faith in them and not want to buy. And if you can go somewhere that has resources that's willing to answer your questions, that's willing to talk to you, that makes a world of difference. And we're fans, so it's
easier. So where do you see epic events based on how you are received, right? Everything that you put together, like, okay, in a year, we're going to be traveling, we're going to be doing, cross-country events. Like, where are you taking this? How epic is this going to be? That's the question.
Yeah, so for 2024, we have 4 events scheduled.
Wow.
Yeah, and obviously right now is it 4? Yeah, March, June, and then we haven't announced our last 2 for 2024. Yeah, we're so excited, but obviously we're going to do 2 in Covington next year. So even late in 2024, I won't say when yet. And then our March multi-fandom, and then we have one a little bit later next year as well. That's multi-fandom, but it's going to be different. We have somebody signed on already for that has also never done a convention. So, and it's like, we're very female focused because we're female owned and operated.
Nice.
This is a powerhouse one that we are so oh my god. But yeah, we eventually, this is my full-time job now. So, we hope by the end of 2024, more of the team can be full-time. And do this and travel.
So, trials and tribulations and triumphs as an entrepreneur. When did you know you had to say, okay, I have to let my job go and really do this full time?
So we had our first event in August of last year, and right after that event, I was so worn out. I was physically sick because I was working my regular job, and then I was coming home and being a mom, and taking my kids to the activities and stuff like that. And then I was staying up until 1 a.m. doing stuff for Epic every night, and I was so tired, and my body was so worn down. I was like, okay, we need to set a financial goal. We need to set a business goal so that way I can actually quit my job and this can be my primary focus. And so we got to the point in I think it was end of February, and I was like, okay, we are on track that I can be done. As long as everything goes okay through March, I can turn in my notice and I can be done. So it was just one of those things. We had to set a goal, and I was like, okay, financially, this is where I need to be.
Which is you under the entrepreneur, because a lot of times it's I have my job and then I have to make time for my business. But what needs to be understood is that period of time that you're doing both is so small because you're planting the seeds so that you can leave it behind. So grind hard. At that moment, you had some sleepless nights, some late nights, but then it's now you're able to let that go and be very passionate about what you love, and then now you're working and having fun.
Yes, so much fun.
That's a more piece of it right there.
Do you ever take a moment and realize when you're working with these big people, are you oh my gosh, I feel the bed on, you around, it's the business side a lot to get you where you would go, but oh my gosh, you are in town over that.
So it's weird because during the convention weekends, we're so busy. I never have time to actually take it all in. Because we're constantly just going. And I know it was at the very end of the convention in April when we did the video reveal that we were announcing Dina. That, I think, was the first time probably during any of our conventions that I've actually been able to like have emotions. We all were sobbing. Like, everybody there, all 2,000 here were crying. But like during the actual event, like we don't even get to talk about like the things that happened. It's then in the weeks after, like Imani, we always joke with her, she randomly like will say, oh yeah, well this happened, and we're going, where were you with this? Like this is something you should have texted us that week because it was hilarious. But so yeah, it's just we never really feel starstruck or feel anything that's
Because you're kind of moment getting it done.
yeah, and our adrenaline's going and it's constantly like, okay, we've got to get this here, we have to get this person here, we have to.
Have you had to tell somebody, like, you can't be on the team anymore because, like, you're too busy, like, focused on, like, running around, taking pictures, meeting these people, whereas pretty much everybody been, like, understands of what lady.
Oh, we all, like, we're all so focused on our jobs. Yeah, we're a great team.
How much did you realize, like, how big does, like, we're getting and, like, how big you guys have got?
So it's, I don't know. That's what's so weird because, like, I know for sure February of 22, we were trying to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram. Like, that was our goal, was 1,000 followers.
I know, like, you said the way did.
Yes, and we were,
Wow.
I know. Like,
Wow.
and if we were doing this contest and we're like, okay, if we reach 1,000 followers, we're going to announce one of our big announcements for August, which was our first multi-fandom event. And we were like, come on, we just gotta get to 1,000, we gotta get to 1,000. And we were announcing Misha Barton. And I was so excited to do a concert. And we hit 1,000, and it was like this huge celebratory moment. And then just kind of out of nowhere, it just came one, and we're going, oh my goodness. Like, and so every single time, even now as we're like approaching 50K, every time we reach like 44.7, like we text and we're like, 41.7, and it's like, okay, you're so close to 45. Like, so I don't know. It still doesn't feel like we're big. I guess just because too, we don't see it every day. It's, with it being mainly like social media driven and everything, we don't actually get to see everybody. So I don't know. Maybe in December it'll hit us a little bit better, but
I do have a question for you. So, what are some of the hiccups? Like, okay, every entrepreneur has lessons on
yes.
top 3 lessons. Like, I'll never do this again, or I'll do this differently. Like, what were your top 3 lessons as an entrepreneur putting this together and making this happen?
Vet the people that you're putting your trust in would be 1.
Okay.
2, always trust your gut. Not really something. Yeah, that's something I learned. The times when I've gotten burned in life are times when I've not trusted my gut.
Wow.
And I would say 3, rely on the people in your circle. I'd make those are 3 biggest.
Nice.
Go there. Hello. You know, and you get the word. Not just want to get the word, you know, but
What you said was so huge for business owners is vetting, right? Intuition and support, because oftentimes, like when you don't follow the intuition, yes, you do get burnt out because something in your head is like, don't do it. Something in your tummy is like, don't do it. And then you do it like, damn.
Yeah.
But what was your recovery in those lessons learned? Like, how'd you recover? Like, do you have an example where it's like, you know what, I should have vetted this venue, I didn't, but you know what, I made it work this way. How did you recover? Because that's important, because you're gonna make mistakes as an entrepreneur. You're gonna make mistakes as a business owner. How did you collect yourself, and then how did you recover?
I think the biggest thing was our support, honestly, like our team, because when you do get burned, I mean, you have to have people there willing to pick you up. Mm-hmm. And luckily we have them there. And I think because we've been so transparent with our followers, with our attendees since day one, like anytime that they've seen like a hiccup or a step, anything like that, they're more understanding. Mm-hmm. Just because, I mean, they see us and they're like, okay, and I mean, we own, like, also, we fucked up. Like, what do we do? It has accountability. Yeah, you know, it's like accountability. Yeah, it's I'm so sorry. Like, you know, however you need us to address this, whether it's like a one-on-one conversation or like, I mean, I do our Facebook lives, and we have a lot of people that get on before that, and I'm very, like, open about everything, and when I'm like, yeah, this is not working, we have to change this, or we have to do that. So I've made the transparency that we have as a company, and then the support that our team has, like, all together. That's kind of what pulled us through.
Wow, building community and building culture is really, really huge. That's what Steve Jobs did with the iPhone. Like, you were not in the in crowd if you didn't have an iPhone or in the belly.
Yep.
Apps. You don't have apps on Netflix. Yeah, when you have apps on this.
Yep.
But building that community, because what I found so interesting about the Vampire Diaries universe was from the business side, it's like, oh my God, it's the culture that comes with this. They're like the dedication to, I'm gonna wait until the night to buy these tickets. I'm gonna sit in and listen and hear what you have to say, and then be committed to, I'm flying literally from another country here to see this. I'm like, from a business, from a strategist perspective, like, that is huge. Any company that wants to be worldwide, that wants to be a global company, you want to have dedication from your community to have the support. That they'll come in from the Netherlands to come here. They'll come in from China. They'll come in from Jamaica. They'll come in from wherever, support this business. And the fact that you guys can still pick up the phone or instead of, hey, you know what, I dropped the ball on this. All that does is, you know, strengthen the bond between you and the consumer who's supporting you. So when you do have hiccups, they don't even care because they're like, man, Alexis is gonna make it right. I might be number, 42,000 on the Facebook subscriber or the Instagram subscriber, but I know Alexis is gonna make it right. I know her team is gonna make it right, and that's really huge. That's how you get that loyal customer base. That's how you get that loyal following. And man, this is a big deal. Congratulations for you.
We have a couple of news sources that have reached out that are wanting to come in December, but it won't be until like closer to when we know for sure like which ones are coming. But when we got that email, we're going, oh, okay, this is really cool.
So what's really funny is here in Covington, actually, the news reporters from that city, they're like really easily accessible. Like, Philip, for example, he covers so much. Like, he comes out to high school and he interviews the athletes and stuff, so he's so open. Like, anything you need, anything that you want to everything, message him on Instagram. Like, literally, it's like whole known world. So yeah.
I'm good. Listen, I got my questions answered. I would say this. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Where do you see, like, if you had to go to the future and come back, what does the future look like for Epic Events?
I mean, I think we're just wanting to keep growing. I don't ever want our events to get bigger than 2,000 people, but I mean, eventually I'd love to do an event a month would be my like long-term goal in 10 years. And I mean, I hope the Vampire Diaries following still there 10 years because, I mean, that obviously is always going to hold such a place in our hearts. But, I mean, we're at that
if you're still going to One Tree Hill Convention,
it's
going to exist.
That's true. And I feel like Covington has done, like, I love Wilmington, but they have not done a good job of preserving, like, One Tree Hill. And like you can't go there and go, oh my gosh, that was this or that was that. Like everything's changed there. So coming to Covington too, they've done a good job. So it's possible. It's possible.
No shipping. Excuse me. Oh, y'all man. Man, I think this full time. That's very interesting. I've been talking with. You can see she's really good at it, and I'm excited. I'm just taking that. What's your favorite quote or saying?
That's hard. Okay, so I think The Vampire Diaries line, it would be Caroline Forbes. When anyone tells me I can't do something, I've heard them wrong.
Nice.
Because that, I feel like, is a complete motto for Epic for my life. And then just overall, like I said earlier, like I constantly remind myself of the Sophia Bush, you're not tequila, you can't make everyone happy.
Nice.
So
Nice. And if you have one final thought that you would like to leave the listeners with,
yeah,
and what would that be?
I think it would be the sky is the limit. Follow your dreams.
Because they do come true. They do come true. Like, they do come true. Like, I'm sitting here with Alexis Arnold, who she thought it, and then her dream came true. But what's in between is the hard work that she put in. Okay? Which the relationships that were built, the support that she, cultivated, the community that she cultivated. And those that are going to be out there, those 1,000 people, you guys are never disappointed. That's why you keep coming back. And that's the goodwill. All right.
Okay, I think I'm good. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for having me. I'm so looking forward to the December convention. Can't wait.
Through the universe, the universe. Fell in love with the universe. Tapped in with the universe. Had to do it with myself first.
This episode of Boardroom Savages is brought to you by the Joe Reyes Insurance Agency at Country Financial. As you work through life, you may find you need to protect what you value most. Whether that's your business, home, auto, or loved ones, Joe Reyes at Country Financial has a solution for you. As a Country Financial insurance agent, Joe Reyes is prepared to help you with insurance options to protect what and who you love. Visit joedoesinsurance.com or call 770-967-3190.